Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Class Business Podcast. I am so excited today to have the amazing Rose Gibson with us, who is the founder of Baby Beats. And we're going to be talking about Rose's one-to-many journey through Lisa Johnson's signature program. So first of all, thank you so much, Rose, for joining us. Tell everyone, what do you do and where do you do it?
Hi, well, thank you for having me here. So I am a female founder. I've built a business up from my living room right into a national brand. We support women postnatally after they've had their baby. And then we have children's classes, we've got adults classes. We do a full range of programs. And then I also have a fitness side as well, something that I started a long time ago. And that is what I joined One to Many for.
Ah, cool. Okay, so we have two sides to your actual business. So you did the Race to Recurring Revenue Challenge. So that was your first sort of dip in your toe dipped in that water. What was your original idea? Like, was your idea what you ended up with, or did it change?
No, it completely changed. So originally, I've run adult classes for years now, and at the time I was running 3 sessions a week, which is not a massive amount. My other business takes up so much more of my time. It's sort of a love business really with that one. And I knew there was more scope within that. So I actually started off looking at a menopause program and looking at actually how we can diversify things, how we can bring a new audience in. And that's what I started Race to Recurring Revenue with. And it just sort of got my brain flowing, my ideas going, just how actually I can expand this out a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what I really love about the challenge, because I do it every single year because you do always come up with new ideas. And because it's all about digging into your knowledge, your experience, your know-how, you always come up with something different.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it definitely made me think outside the box.
yeah, I think that's one of the things that I like about the challenge is because obviously we're in the children's activity space at the moment, I focus primarily on that audience. And because they're so knee deep in delivery, and I'm always about trying to help them future proof their businesses or look at different way of diversifying their incomes. It's a good way for them to actually start thinking, actually, I could add this into my current business, or I could run something else alongside my current business.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you've run the same, if you've got a business model that works, it works. For example, mine with that side of things, it's been running for over, I think it's been about 16 years. So it just ticks over. I don't really need to do much with it. I've got a really loyal audience. So it was, I could continue to keep it going, but there's going to be a point where actually I don't want to be going out on an evening. I don't want to be leaving at 6 a.m. on a morning. So how can I kind of mix this up and use the audience that I've got to create more income from that?
Okay, cool. So then you signed up to the one to many program. So what made you what did you decide, how did you make that decision to right, I'm gonna sign up to this program? Because it's a big commitment and it's a big financial investment as well.
Yeah, I think before I'd sort of started that, I think we'd spoke a few times originally, and we'd not worked, officially together. We'd sort of spoken about a few different things, and I think for me that was a way to kind of dip into your world as well. And I was like, okay, I've been speaking with this lady. I've seen her quite a lot. We're doing a lot of things with her. This will give me a feel of actually how you work as a person and having a group as well, because as a solo business owner, I'm the franchisor of my other business, and you can get in quite a lonely place as a business. You are effectively running things a lot of the time on your own. I do joke every Christmas that I have a Christmas party on my own. So it was joining the people on the WhatsApp group in the Race to Recurring Revenue that I actually thought, do you know what, this is good to have support from people. It's good to just build that community, and it kind of opened my eyes into this new way of doing things, that it doesn't have to just all be on me, that I can lean on other people. I can go, okay, who else can I bring into my world? And I love supporting other businesses. I've done it locally for years, so actually doing it in an online space, it felt just as nice to do it and sort of meet new people as well.
Yeah, every year we set up the Chrissy's Crew WhatsApp group, and that is to bring people together so they can bounce ideas off. Because obviously, when you do the Race to Recovery and Everyone Challenge, there's 12,000 people in there, and it can get really noisy and busy. So we have the crew so people can bounce those ideas off each other. And then when we move to the one-to-many program, we keep everyone together because they've already got to know and like each other, trust each other. They already have an idea of what everyone is working on for their business. And then obviously this year, I didn't say this year, I say last year because I still feel like I'm in this year. We went set about going through the program. It's a 12-week program. It's quite like, I never lie to people, it's quite intense. You do have to follow up and you do have to do the work. So what was your experience of actually going through the process?
I actually really enjoyed it. I didn't find it too overwhelming. I just follow the processes quite clearly and I try not to ever get behind. So even when I think there was a week when we were on holiday for like half term, because everything was accessible and you could catch it up on the portal, I just made sure that if I couldn't do it live, that I would catch up again just to keep on top of it. And I think it's looking at your working style, looking at your personality and going, will I actually commit to this? And if I'm going to commit to it, I'm going to put that financial back in. Am I actually going to do it? Because that is a really important part of it, is doing the work behind it. You can do all the training, but you've got to implement it and you've got to, be accountable for every module that's in there.
Yeah, that's what I really liked about you, because you like, obviously it can take time to build an audience if you're starting from scratch and you're like doing a new thing, but because you already had an audience as such, because you've been going for a while, you took action straight away and you set up like your membership.
Yeah.
So what did you build? Tell everyone what you did, because you literally hit the ground running.
Yeah, so I mean, the biggest takeaway from One to Many for me was that it introduced me to funnel sketches and the support that you got through that as well. I think a lot of the earlier modules were really good for recapping. It was a lot of stuff that I'd done previously, but it was really great for a refresher to kind of go over things. But then actually being introduced to funnel sketches meant that I could build something rather than having lots of different systems. I put it all into one. And I created a membership for my existing clients. And I started it off where I did it where when we went on holiday, they could have a 2-week catch up with online sessions. And it was me speaking to them as if I was in the room with them. So yes, they could do the same thing on YouTube, but the value was that they had me, which is what a lot of them follow me for. So I started recording it and I tested it. I did a 2-week test while I went on holiday to see what the vibe was. I got feedback from people. And then I decided to do a soft launch for a membership. And I did a year's membership for £100 or £10 a month where they could cancel anytime. And I've very loosely marketed that. I've marketed it to my existing clients. I've also implemented it into our franchise model. So people who come on board and do our adult classes through the franchise can get access to it.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
think there's about 92 people on it at the moment. And I upload one video every 2 weeks. And the feedback that I got was they didn't want classes that were any longer than 20 minutes. So on average, it takes an hour of my time to record, to edit, to load up. At the moment, we're doing a core challenge. I know you've been involved in that as well. And that's been brilliant. That was something that was totally unplanned, that I actually sort of mentioned it in a social media post, and then I had loads of people that were like, please do this, we want to do this. From that, and we're only on day 4 or 5, I think, there's been 6 people that have signed up to the membership. And that's without me even really trying. I've just kind of chucked it out there. We've put the membership out for prizes. So we're in Women's Health at the end of January. We're in the physical magazine. So they're promoting it there as well. So it's just finding different ways that, okay, it might be bringing me a few £100s in a month. It's not costing me a massive amount to run, but it's meant that for that 1 hour a month, I'm bringing in extra revenue that is, it's paying for my food, shopping for my, I've got 3 children.
I like that. It sounds like because memberships can be really hard if you don't get them right. So you can obviously have these different types of levels, like high touch, medium, and low touch. And it sounds like to me you've got like a nice low touch membership that I call it like Netflix fee. So it's a fee that people are not really going to notice going out of the bank if they're on the monthlies, and they're just going to keep it there forever. And it only involves a small amount of input for you to actually deliver. which is
Yeah.
obviously the sessions. So I think that's a really great model. I like that, and I like the year block, because it's like tie people in for a block so they can get the transformation, and then obviously they'll just tell other people and so forth. And like you said, it brings in income. And I have to say, and I mean, I know loads of people have been saying this, but like, you need a side hustle. It's like you do need a side hustle in 2026, running alongside your main business, because of the cost of living crisis and everything going up. So like you said, if it's bringing in income to pay for some bills and said bills and stuff, then I think it's like a win-win. And long term, it will compound. So obviously it will generate revenue over a long period of time. So before we dive into what the future is of the membership, you were lucky enough to win a place, weren't you, on a business retreat, just for what
Yes.
happened there? Because I missed that, because I wasn't even in the group.
Do you know what? That was the most craziest thing of last year. And it was something that it was Kerry Morse, who actually runs Funnel Sketches,
Yeah.
who I'm on her Facebook group, and she just put, guys, Lisa Johnson is running a retreat in Malta. This was like the Wednesday, and you had to fly on the Friday. And she's like, I can't now go. If put your name down if you can go, but only put your name down if you can 100% commit, and you will definitely be going. You've got to get your own flights and hotel. Put your name down, and at 8 p.m. tonight, I'll pull someone's name out of a hat. And I sort of looked at it and I thought, oh, like, could I make that work? I've got, gymnastics and kids stuff going on. And I thought, oh, do you know what? Sod it. I never win anything. I'll just put my name down. And then we were in the car and my signal kept going. I wasn't driving, I was a passenger. My signal kept going, and I kept seeing people popping up going, congratulations, Rose, congratulations, Rose. And my heart, my panic, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to actually have to do this now because I put my name down. And do you know what? To give him credit, my husband was just like, great, just go, like, book it. And we'd released a book as well. I don't remember if that was, I think it was before the book actually came out. We had the book coming out a few weeks after. And my mum had done so much work with me on proofreading it and getting it ready. So I rung her and I'm like, do you want to come to Malta with me? We'll go for the weekend. I've got this course to do. And she was like, okay.
Yeah, fine. Go with you.
Yeah, bless her. But to be fair, there was so much in that retreat that she spent a lot of it on her own. So I did feel quite bad that she was just sort of left to walk around Malta. But yeah, it was just one of those things that it was like, put your name down. And then within a few days, I was on a plane and I was going to Malta, and just got to network with some just amazing people. I've made such good connections from it. And just being in that space was just really inspiring.
That was so exciting when I saw your name pulled out. I was like, oh, she's going to absolutely love that, because I knew when you're in those rooms and you're surrounded by those individuals who are all working and striving for those goals and stuff, it just sets you on a different level, and you definitely are moving in a different level for sure. So what's the plan now for the membership? Like, have you got a plan, or is it just like, I'm going to keep it as it is, or are you going to relaunch it or keep building it?
So it's keeping going as it is for the moment. This year's plan is super busy with the other side of the business, with the franchise. So it's there in the background. It'll keep getting updated. I do get a few people jumping on every single month, so it's just going to tick away for me. And the biggest benefit has been, yes, I do have almost a bricks and mortar sort of type business with that side, but it means that if I need a week off, if I'm on holiday, I give everybody access to the membership for the time that I'm away, so they've got all this content that's building up over time, and then I find that people then join on after that as well, that they're like, oh, I really enjoyed that, let's keep going. So for me, it's just something to tick across in the background. It might be something that I relaunch in 2027 again, and maybe do a bit of a harder launch on it, but I'm just enjoying really having it. It's sort of low work. It pays its way by.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's a low ticket membership, low light touch, and so then you can probably put it on evergreen. You could probably just have it build, like I said, build in the background, word of mouth, friend referral, and all of that. So, oh, that's so cool. And I know like you were a massive support in the group that we had in Chrissy's crew, helping other providers through as well, because obviously everyone's at different stages of their learning, and their capabilities and skills, I would say as well. So what would you say to someone who is sitting on the fence, not sure if the program's for them? Like, what would you say to them?
I would really have a reflection on the type of person that you are. I think that for me is key, is really look at it and go, am I going to invest in this and am I going to make the most of it? And just reflect on that to start with, because if you're doing it because you kind of want a quick win or you want to kind of quickly grow a business, it's not for that. It's putting the work in, and it's being really aware that you do have to put the work in as well. And if you are always on, the go-getters of the world, if you are a go-getter and you're ready to put the energy in and the drive in and you're going to build something, and it might be scary and it might be difficult and it might feel a bit uncomfortable, but if you're happy to sit with that and push forward, then it's a really great program to get you started.
Yeah, I think it's like a great foundational, like fundamentals program, and it covers everything. And I have to say that Lisa does put a lot of support and structure and everything into the course program. But I do agree with you in terms of you do have to make a commitment to it. You do have to follow the process and the systems. And the other caveat is it does take time. And I feel like sometimes people are like, why, like, they want to make money now, but it takes time to grow an audience, to build an audience, to get the offer right as well. Like, is it a membership? Is it a course? Am I going to do a digital book and stuff? And so you do have to come in with the view of it's more long term. It's not like a
Yeah.
6 week bang and I'm going to get results for sure. It's definitely
Yeah.
not that for
And
sure.
And I think if you think about in terms of sort of 30 years ago, when people were setting up businesses, they had to have a really big investment. They had to have a marketing budget. They had to, maybe go get billboards. They had to have quite a big chunk of money to get started in a business. Because we're in the online world now, effectively anybody can set up a business for very low cost. You can run your social medias, you can get up all these different sites to sell things, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't either have to put the money behind it for marketing or the time to build your audience. So you have to kind of look at it from that point of view that, yes, I have to make an investment, but I still have to look at marketing it. I still have to look at promoting yourself as well.
For sure. Oh, thank you so much, Rose, for telling us all about your one-to-many journey today. So if you are watching this video on the replay and you are thinking about joining the program, then please do get in touch with Lisa's team because they are taking calls, and stay tuned because we have some more amazing interviews coming up throughout the week. But thank you so much. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.